Well, here we are, my tip for day number 1. And this one is awareness precedes a change in behaviour. Now, first of all, we have to have this awareness before we can make a change, because if we're not aware of the need to make a change, well, we're not going to make a change, are we? So awareness precedes a change in behaviour. And one of my clients is an accounting firm, and the principal is very involved in the work. And what was happening, because he's the rainmaker, what was happening is income, or let's see, the fees being generated were going up and down. And he didn't know why. So what I asked him to do was take an action which would make him aware of why he was in effect instead of being at cause. At cause is where we take responsibility and we take action for things to happen. Whereas if you're in effect, your circumstances, your activity is a result of the external circumstances dictating where you're going, what you feel. Okay, so here we go. What did we do? Well, what I asked him to do is week by week monitor the fees being generated and the banking coming in as well, deposits coming in. And in addition to that, okay, so we've got numbers coming week by week. And I said, the next thing I'd ask you to do is above each week, put the circumstances that are happening in your life. And as he tracked it, he said, Wayne, you wouldn't believe what I've discovered. I already had a good idea of what was going to be happening. So here we are. And this is where business coaching and mindset coaching intersect, because the business is a reflection of the owner. So the business won't improve until the mindset of the owner improves. So he's laid out on the whiteboard for me, right, this was my fees generated each week, and at the top there was something that had been happening in life. Maybe some HSC issues with a child, maybe there was sickness somewhere in the extended family that was having an impact. And as he looked at it, he said, Wayne, my fees being generated going up and down with my emotions and with what's happening in family and extended family. And I said, really? So then we started to work on, so we've got the awareness preceding the change in behaviour, because once he could see what was happening on that whiteboard and it was there staring him in the face, it was so blatantly obvious, then he could start taking the corrective action. And we had to generate, if you like, an airlock. So to separate him between home and business. It was really interesting. So the airlock was, he comes into the underground car park and he imagines that he's going through an airlock, like when you see the astronauts or sci-fi movies where they come into the airlock, coming back into the ship, and then the oxygen comes into the airlock, so then they just can come back into the ship, take off their space gear and all that sort of thing. So I'm sure you get the concept. So we were working on developing this airlock, so when he came into the underground car park and gets into the lift becomes the airlock. And then he gets to the floor his office is on, and he steps out, and as his hand reaches the door, bang, he's into office mode, running the business. Because there are a lot of things happening where the family just kept reaching out and saying, oh, Dad, I need a lift to school, to uni, or can you go and pick up the dog, or can you do this and do that? And he's saying, wait a minute, I'm here running a business, I've got to be here to generate the income and so on. And by developing this awareness and continuing to track it as well, he was able to develop a focus, get the work done, bring things back to where they ought to have been. Now, I don't know if you can relate to that. I'd suggest that maybe you do the same exercise for yourself, that whatever your main KPI is, maybe it's the income being generated, the activity being done, or what it is you want to achieve week by week, and then pop into there what's happening in your environment, something emotional, something external, and you'll be able to see what's influencing your emotions, which will influence what you think, which will definitely influence what you do and the results you get. Whew, that was a big one. So stay tuned for day number 2, and we'll start working on the next one. Changing your focus. All right, have a good day, stay tuned, and yeah, please feel free to share your comments, share the clip if you know that there's some other people who could benefit. Love to hear what your thoughts are as you're listening to this. What are you going to implement something that you got from this? Yeah, please share it with me. Have a great day.